Remember Amelia Earhart, that lady who went missing trying to fly around the world? Well, they might have figured out what happened to her. But see, Amelia Earhart had a problem. She went missing trying to fly around the world. Weren't you listening? Lock in. Now, this is a bigger deal than you may think, because a lot of people don't know this, but Amelia Earhart was famous. Think about it. It's the black and white photo times. Them folk was stupid back then. They said, Reginald. He said, huh? They said, woman no cook. She fly plane like man. Reginald said, no. But see, woman not only fly plane good, she broke records with her distance flights. They said, Reginald. He said, what? They said, woman fly plane really good. Reginald said, all right. So as you can imagine, when she disappeared, it was a huge thing. The fact that they're still trying to look for her like 100 years later should tell you how big this thing was, but there's a little more to the story. Because see, she didn't just start flying a plane and disappear. No. First of all, she had a navigator with her. Second of all, she was in constant, his name is Fred, by the way, constant communication with the flying people and said she was lost. He said, girl, where your navigator at? She said, he lost too. He said, girl, who lost? The maps. Okay, we lost. Well, hold on, it wasn't entirely his fault. The plane was so loud that it was hard for them to communicate, so they had to pass notes. As they were trying to figure out their location, translate it over, all this was taking time. Planes need fuel. Plane navigation people were trying to help them as best as they could, but the signal suddenly cut out. That being said, the navigation people were aware of their general location, so they called the Navy. Remember, she was famous. Everyone went out, searched extensively, but they couldn't find any trace of them. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's been 100 years though. Submarines, super science stuff. Well, you may have been lied to. This is the Pacific Ocean. It's big. Really big. In fact, you can fit every piece of land inside of it. In fact, the Earth is 1 part Pacific Ocean, 1 part land, and 1 part all other water. And not a lot is known about it. In fact, they find 2,000 new species every single year. But the public doesn't really know all that, so they just came up with theories. They said, well, they haven't found her because the Japanese took her. The Japanese said, now why am I in it? They said, shut up, you know why. She was a spy and y'all took her. The Japanese were like, Americans said, Reginald, get the stick. Other people pop up with more theories saying, yo, chill on the Japanese. They actually found her. She just changed her identity like Tupac and them. Her name is Irene. The lady Irene said, I'm not Amelia. They said, yes, you are. She said, no, I'm not. They keep harassing her, so she sues. Because this wasn't just like random claims. They're writing books about this. Now, they finally found bones on an island close to where they lost communication with her. People said, Lord, she must have got eaten by the giant crabs that live on that island. Now, to be fair, the crabs are pretty giant. Like, really giant. Now, on the way to bring back the bones, they lost them. They just said, my fault, we lost them. So people went back to government cover-up, Japanese conspiracy, until finally, in 2024, scientists have found sonar or something that looks like her plane. Now, there are many people skeptical of this, saying that it could be anything, and they're right. But the person who found this is also the person who found the Titanic. He said, I really do this. It's also within 100 miles of where they lost contact with her. But we won't know until they pull it out late this year or early next year. What do you think though? Does that look like a match? The scientific team is so confident they already started making a documentary about it. And with it may come closure to her family and all the people she may have been an inspiration to. But I like to believe she was a brave woman that got to do what she loved until the very end. The end.